Beloved friend, let's settle in and talk heart to heart. Welcome back to this special place where we connect with the divine, sharing guidance that feels personal and arrives just when you need it. If you're new here, please know you're so welcome, and your being here matters. Think of this as a cozy spot you can always return to, a place to refresh your spirit and stay open to the important, even prophetic, messages waiting for you. We're a community here, built on faith, full of hope, and always ready for the amazing ways the divine works. Before we dive in, just take a quiet moment. Center yourself. Feel ready. Maybe whisper it, or just feel it strongly inside. I believe. Yes. Say it like you mean it. Own it with solid faith. This is a really important moment to claim what's happening, because this message is truly for you. Things are moving for you. You might not see the whole picture yet, but spiritually, big changes are already happening. A major shift has started inside you and around you. Something amazing, planned by the divine, is unfolding right now. An old chapter is closing, and heaven is carefully setting you up for something much bigger, something that fits who you truly are. But listen, your spiritual guides are giving a gentle but firm heads up. There's something important you need to stop doing. It's an old habit or way of thinking that needs to go, so it doesn't accidentally slow down or mess up the beautiful plan God has laid out for you. Now, listen with your whole heart. This big shift isn't just about things changing on the outside. It goes deeper than the physical world. It's about your emotions. It's deeply spiritual. And yes, for many of you, this shift does involve moving somewhere new. A relocation is definitely part of the plan. But get this, it's way more than just changing your address. It means the path your life is meant to take is changing direction. You're not just moving house, you're moving into your calling. You're stepping into the promise made for you. You're arriving in the very place that was spoken about for your life, maybe a long time ago in prayers or special messages. Your guides confirm this is exactly why things might have felt shaky, uncertain, or even chaotic lately. You weren't meant to stay put permanently where you were. That place, that situation was just a temporary stop, a necessary part of your journey. Now, get ready for a divine detail you might not expect. There's a very capable, resourceful person, possibly younger than you, who is heaven-sent and already moving towards your life. Understand their purpose. They aren't coming to distract you. They're coming to partner with your destiny, to team up with your purpose. This person has been kept somewhat under the radar, protected for a specific reason, shielded through their own challenges, just like you've been shielded through yours. But heaven says the time for hiding is over. Soon, this person will show up, maybe quite suddenly, seemingly out of nowhere. But you'll know them. This knowing won't just be about what they say or do, although that will feel right too. The deepest knowing will come from how your own spirit reacts. Your inner self will feel the connection. The signs around their arrival will be clear, confirming things without a doubt. One of the first things you'll probably notice is the incredible peace this person carries and gives off. It's a rare, calm, steady peacefulness. The kind that can quiet your own worried thoughts and calm the storms inside you. You might find yourself, unexpectedly, thinking about your future with fresh hope after meeting them. They will speak positively about situations. Their conversations will naturally turn to plans, vision, purpose, and meaning, going way beyond small talk, gossip, or just talking about how things look. They'll have real conversations, not just chit-chat. And amazingly, the way they communicate, their whole vibe will feel strangely familiar, like meeting a part of your own soul, even if you've never met them before. You might also notice more meaningful coincidences just before they enter your life. Maybe seeing number patterns like 1111, 333, or 777 more often. Your dreams might get really vivid with clear messages or feelings. Some of you might even dream about meeting someone new and important right before it happens in real life. Others might feel strangely drawn to new places, activities, or online groups that didn't interest you before. Realize this isn't random. It's heaven carefully arranging your steps. Now, it's really important you take this in. Surface things like an age difference, how they look, or any ideas you had before about what your destined partner or connection would be like, none of that matters much anymore. Why? Because the way the divine chooses works differently. As wise words remind us, like in 1 Samuel 16 verse 7. People look at the outside, but the Lord looks at the heart. Your heart and theirs, lined up in purpose, brought together when both are ready, after going through similar preparations. They've also been on a healing journey just like you. They've had to consciously let go of wrong ideas about money, self-worth, and real love just like you have. They've walked the tough road of distancing themselves from people who only saw their value in money or status, people who might have tried to use them. And importantly, they have prayed deeply for someone who would see them for who they really are, the way the divine sees them. That person, dear one, is you. Let's be crystal clear. This connection is tied to wealth. And this wealth is much more than just money, although that might be part of it. It mainly means deep spiritual wealth. The kind of divine abundance that can change your family's future for the better, break old patterns of lack passed down through generations, and start a lasting legacy of purpose and provision. This is because the connection is more than just a relationship. It's a partnership blessed by the divine for a higher purpose. It carries the weight and importance of a divine assignment. Inspired words suggest, like in Proverbs 18 verse 22, finding a true partner is finding something good and receiving favor from the Lord. Your spiritual guides stress that this isn't just about marriage. It's about being truly aligned. And divine favor always comes with genuine alignment. Now, here comes that gentle but urgent warning again. Your guides see that many of you, right on the edge of receiving this incredible blessing, have been accidentally getting in your own way without realizing it. This looks like constantly doubting if you're good enough, always comparing your unique path to others, wondering if you're somehow too old, too broken, too late, or too far gone for something this good. Heaven's message is loud and clear. Stop that negative self-talk right now, before it weakens the foundation being built and possibly ruins everything. Don't let fear, based on past hurts, poison the source of your future joy. Don't let delays, which are often just divine pauses for getting ready, plant sneaky seeds of doubt in your heart. Remember the promise from Isaiah 43 verse 19. See, I am doing a new thing. Now it springs up. Do you not perceive it? This isn't just pretty words. It's a living promise for your life right now. Even in ways you can't see, God is starting something powerful and new. But how you see it matters. You have to actively choose to see it, to believe it, no matter what things look like right now. You've waited patiently, maybe for a very long time, for something stable and lasting. You've longed for love that lifts you up instead of playing games. You've prayed for help and resources that come freely, without strings attached. You've wanted a joy that stays strong, one that doesn't disappear when challenges pop up or bills pile up. And now, understand this. All of that, the stability, the real love, the free-flowing provision, the deep joy is actively moving towards you, just as you are being gently but surely moved towards it. But be careful not to misunderstand or judge what's happening just because it doesn't fit your old ideas or plans. This important person coming into your life might be younger in years, but understand they have a maturity in their purpose, a wisdom gained through hard times, making them wise beyond their age. Their spirit has likely carried heavy loads and faced challenges many older people haven't. They are grounded, stable, and have been specifically prepared by heaven for you. You see, divine timing isn't random. It doesn't just throw people together. It carefully weaves together their separate journeys of healing, their heartbreaks, their times of growth, until the perfect moment comes for their paths to meet. As Ecclesiastes 3 verse 11 beautifully says, He has made everything beautiful in its time. And your guides all agree. Your time is getting incredibly close. You've probably spent time wondering why past relationships failed, why certain doors slammed shut, why you felt passed over or even rejected. Your spiritual guides are shedding light on this now. Those times you felt rejected were actually divine redirections. They were moments of deep divine protection because this specific move, this particular person, this destined connection had to happen exactly according to heaven's detailed schedule, not yours or anyone else's. So now the question is for you, dear one. Are you truly ready to receive it? Not just the promise, but the responsibility that comes with it? Because this kind of love, this depth of connection, comes tied together with purpose. This level of blessing requires careful handling and care. This kind of wealth, both spiritual and material, isn't just for you. It's meant to flow through you, to affect the generations that come after you. Deuteronomy 8 verse 18 is a powerful reminder. But remember the Lord your God, for it is God who gives you the ability to produce wealth. This suggests that the connection itself, this divine partnership, is a sacred job. It comes with divine power to build, to create, and not just to gather stuff, but to truly change lives and situations. However, change this big can only fully happen when you truly believe it's possible. It means you have to walk strongly by faith, not just by what you can see with your eyes. It requires you to stop delaying your own miracle by saying words that go against your destiny. That's the main message your guides are urgently sharing today. Stop speaking against the very promises God has spoken over your life. Instead, start thanking God now ahead of time. Start living and feeling as if it's already done. Because in the spiritual realm, where things first become real, it is already done. Psalm 37 verse 4 shares a beautiful truth. Delight yourself in the Lord, and God will give you the desires of your heart. But often, we don't realize that some of the deepest desires we've hidden away, the dreams we almost let ourselves forget, were put in our hearts by the divine Creator in the first place. Beloved, don't push this coming blessing away just because it feels huge, too good to be true, or maybe shows up sooner than your logical mind thought it would. That kind of pushing away is often a learned reaction from past hurts. But understand that God is actively working to heal you from those very hurts. God is trying to show you that this time, the foundation is strong. It won't fall apart. This time, the connection won't leave you feeling drained or empty. This time, it is divinely planned and supported. And yes, be aware that negativity, the forces that fight against light and progress, will definitely try to distract you. They might offer fake options that look like the real thing but have no substance. They might try to pull you back towards familiar painful patterns. Temptations might pop up, urging you to go back to situations or relationships God has already carefully rescued you from. This is exactly why staying spiritually alert is so important. As advised in Matthew 26 verse 41, watch and pray so that you will not fall into temptation. Your spiritual guardians are carefully watching over this growing connection, but you need to actively cooperate. Refuse to go back to small, limited ways of thinking. Keep doors firmly shut that God has closed. Fight the urge to keep checking on people or situations that showed no real effort to value you or keep you. That chapter is definitely over, and what's coming is infinitely better and more fulfilling. God is lifting your name and reputation in circles you haven't even entered yet. Divine favor is being placed on you, a kind of grace that doesn't make logical sense. And God is preparing the heart and eyes of this resourceful younger person to see you, not just with their physical eyes, but with deep spiritual recognition. They will know you when they meet you, and in that moment of knowing, so will you. You might start feeling subtle or even big shifts inside yourself even before they physically arrive. A new lightness in your spirit, an unexplainable feeling of positive excitement bubbling up. You might look at your current surroundings, your daily routines, and feel strangely detached, as if your soul is already moving on, already heading towards something higher, something more aligned. This happens because your spirit instinctively recognizes what your conscious mind hasn't fully grasped yet. You are being pulled forward, not by chance, but by a divine assignment. Your spiritual team is already busy working behind the scenes to line up your steps, arrange meetings, and clear paths. Pay close attention to sudden, unexpected changes in your schedule. Notice when your careful plans get disrupted, or moments when you feel an unusual, strong urge or intuition to go somewhere different, off your usual route. These are often God's subtle or not so subtle ways of clearing the road for this important meeting. Often, right before a major positive shift or breakthrough, there's a time of divine interruption. But try not to panic or fight these changes. Instead, try to go with the flow, trusting the process. As Proverbs 16 verse 9 wisely notes, "In their hearts humans plan their course, but the Lord establishes their steps." That restless feeling inside you, that sense of impatience, isn't necessarily confusion. See it as confirmation instead. It means the shift has definitely already started on a deeper level. Now, your guides ask you to do something simple but very powerful. Start speaking over your own life with new authority and faith. Start actively confirming what God is doing, even if you only see hints of it. Call this new season, this connection, this abundance by name. Thank God now for the connection that is forming. Thank God for the partner who is on their way, for the provision being released, for the home that means stability, for the peace that goes beyond understanding. Develop a habit of being grateful ahead of time, because when you show heaven your strong belief before the blessing shows up physically, you effectively unlock the door faster, speeding up its arrival into your real life. Understand that this isn't a small tweak or a minor upgrade. This is a shift in your inheritance, a major step up on a divine level. It's a move designed to lift you permanently out of just surviving and into a state of ongoing overflow and abundance. But here's the crucial key. You must consciously stop expecting disappointment. Stop mentally replaying past hurts and failures. Stop speaking and acting from the leftover pain of where you've been, and instead, start speaking and living from the vibrant promise of where you are definitely going. 2 Corinthians 4 verse 18 gives vital perspective. So we fix our eyes not on what is seen, but on what is unseen. Since what is seen is temporary, but what is unseen is eternal. This means the reality you are moving into, the healed relationships, the purposeful work, the abundant life, is actually more real and lasting than your current temporary situation. You just haven't fully caught up to it in the physical world yet. And about that person, the resourceful, younger individual heaven is sending, it's vital you understand they too have been going through intense preparation. They've had their own moments of deep loneliness, times where they seriously questioned their path and purpose. They've had to make tough choices, removing people from their lives who didn't respect their vision or support their growth. They have prayed sincerely for guidance, looking for a partner who could see past the surface, someone with wisdom, spiritual depth, and real compassion. That someone is you. You might not fully see these qualities in yourself yet, maybe because of past criticism or self-doubt, but your spiritual maturity, earned through your own experiences, is exactly what draws them on a soul level. You carry a grace that can calm storms, inside and out. Your very presence often brings clarity and perspective. Your scars, far from being flaws, are seen by them as beautiful proof of your strength. They show your resilience, your survival, your journey of becoming who you are. And know this: God has already whispered your name, your essence, into their spirit, even if they don't yet fully understand its meaning or recognize your face. They might not show up looking exactly how you imagined. Maybe their style is different. Maybe they communicate with a different energy, talk a bit faster, or carry themselves with a confidence that seems unfamiliar at first. Maybe their life journey has taken unexpected turns you wouldn't have guessed. But rest assured, none of these outside details are accidents or mistakes. Their heart is deeply tuned into heaven's frequency. And when the two of you finally meet, your purposes will work together perfectly, clicking into place like perfectly matched pieces of a complex, divine puzzle. This connection is designed not just to bless you personally, but to kickstart a shared mission. Together, you'll be positioned to help others on a bigger scale, to create opportunities for those in need, maybe build systems that help people grow and heal, and encourage restoration in the lives you touch. You'll become known not just for what you have materially, but more importantly, for what you generously give back, for the positive impact you make. And that's the sign of its divine nature. Echoing the heart of Psalm 112 verses 1-3, wealth and riches may be in their houses, but their righteousness endures forever. This points out that the focus isn't just on getting money. It's about living a life of integrity and purpose whose good effects last forever. It's about building something together that has lasting value, something that will keep blessing others long after you're gone from this earth. So, right now, the message from your guides is clear and direct. Protect this precious seed. Even though it hasn't fully sprouted into something you can see yet, it has definitely been planted in the rich soil of divine intention. Don't stomp on it with constant doubt. Don't carelessly dig it up with skepticism or disbelief. Just take good care of it. Water it regularly with your faith. Speak words of life and encouragement over it daily. and consciously, intentionally resist the strong temptation to settle for anything less, anything familiar but ultimately unsatisfying, than what God has specifically promised and prepared for you. If someone in your life right now is inconsistent, plays games with your feelings, or leaves you feeling confused, drained, or unsure, find the strength to lovingly let them go. You are not here to be someone's emotional experiment or temporary fix. You don't need to keep trying to convince anyone of your worth. The one who is truly coming, the one divinely assigned, they will already know your value because heaven itself will have shown it to them. Isaiah 60 verse 22 offers deep reassurance. When the time is right, I, the Lord, will make it happen. And your spiritual guides are confirming urgently. That time is getting closer and closer. Therefore, proactively let go of everything weighing you down, old regrets, lingering anger, paralyzing fears. Stop trying to control every little detail of how this divine plan unfolds. Let go of the need to know everything for sure and embrace faith. You are not late. You have not been forgotten. You are specifically chosen. And understand that chosen ones often go through extra polishing, a tougher preparation process. The spiritual struggles might have felt heavy precisely because the destined reward is exceptionally great. The times of isolation felt deep because your inner clarity and judgment needed to be sharpened like a razor. The losses hurt, yes, but they served the vital purpose of God trimming away attachments, ways of thinking, and situations that couldn't go with you into the very different landscape of your next season. This is the underlying reason why you might have felt stuck or stagnant for a while. This is why some experiences hurt so deeply. It's because the move you are about to make is sacred, set apart, and incredibly important. You are not just packing physical bags. You are intentionally unpacking emotional and spiritual baggage collected over years. You are not just changing locations. You are moving into different levels of possibility, purpose, and blessing. And yes, be fully aware, the forces of negativity understand how important this moment is too. That's why the attacks, the doubts, the temptations might have gotten stronger recently. That's why you've perhaps been tempted to give up, to pull back, to numb yourself with distractions. But stand firm. Do not give in now when you are so close, because what lies just ahead is holy. It is heaven-sent, and it will absolutely be worth every tear shed, every quiet prayer whispered in the dark, every lonely night you held on to faith. Now take a deep breath. Consciously open your heart to fully receive this truth. God is not playing games with you, showing you glimpses of hope only to take them away. God is revealing what is definitely coming so that you will find the strength to keep going, so you don't lose heart right before the breakthrough. Galatians 6 verse 9 gives timely encouragement. Let us not become weary in doing good, for at the proper time we will reap a harvest if we do not give up. That proper time, that harvest season, is almost here for you. So start preparing yourself intentionally, not just on the outside by tidying up your space, but more importantly, on the inside. Do a thorough cleaning of your heart. Forgive anyone or anything you haven't fully forgiven. Do it for your own freedom. Release any person or situation you are still holding onto energetically. And maybe most importantly, release the old version of yourself. You are no longer the person who put up with less than you deserved. You are no longer the one who settled for okay or worried about being too much or not enough at the same time. That version of you served its purpose, taught you important lessons, but it's time for that part of you to rest. The person you are becoming, the one showing up now, they are ready. And this evolving self moves with grace, with clarity, with sharp discernment. But again, your guides repeat with emphasis. Stop doing this one critical thing that could delay it all. Stop habitually expecting the worst-case scenario. You have been through so much difficulty that your nervous system might have learned to brace for impact, to expect betrayal, to subconsciously get ready for the letdown. But this situation, this connection, this divine intervention is fundamentally different. And holding on to that old, defensive way of thinking will accidentally sabotage the new miracle trying to bloom. Your spiritual protectors are actively shielding this new connection. They are guarding both you and the incoming person from being exposed too early or interfered with. And yes, sometimes they strategically delay the meeting just long enough for you to unlearn those deep-seated defensive reactions, those walls built from past pain. Because if this person shows up while you are still looking at them through the warped lens of your old wounds and disappointments, you risk missing the miracle completely. You might doubt their genuine intentions. You might subconsciously test their love in ways that push them away. You might feel the urge to run when your soul truly needs to rest and receive. So begin the inner work now. Ask God specifically to soften any hard spots in your heart, to increase your ability to trust, to completely renew your mind. Romans 12 verse 2 guides us perfectly. Do not conform to the pattern of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. That renewal is your main job right now. That is your essential preparation. Allow God to renew you from the inside out, so that when this divinely appointed person arrives, you don't meet them with suspicion and fear, but with an open heart, faith, and recognition. Speak this affirmation aloud with conviction right now, or hold it powerfully in your heart. Creator, prepare me for what you have prepared for me, because it is already finished in the spiritual realm. Your only task left now is to consciously align your heart, your thoughts, and your expectations with that higher truth. You are no longer just waiting passively. You are actively moving, creating together with the divine. And the very moment you stop expecting disappointment and begin genuinely expecting divine fulfillment, the timeline itself speeds up. Heaven begins to open new, unexpected pathways. And that person, yes, that resourceful, younger soul deeply connected to your purpose, they begin to move closer, faster than you might imagine. They are closer than you think. And when they finally do come into your life, beloved, the experience will likely feel surreal, almost like a dream. You might find yourself asking, why me? How could I deserve this? You may briefly feel unworthy, as if maybe the divine made a mistake choosing you for such a precious and sacred connection. But your guides want to firmly remind you, you were not chosen by accident. You were chosen precisely because your heart, despite its scars, is ready. You were chosen because your soul has endured the necessary breaking that ultimately makes a vessel strong enough to hold great blessing. You were chosen because you instinctively know what it means to walk by faith, even when you can't see, even when things look contradictory. You see, this person will see in you the very qualities that others consistently missed or didn't appreciate. They will hear the unspoken words in your silence and respond with real understanding and empathy. They will hold sacred space for you to keep growing and unfolding, without judgment. They won't feel the need to fix you, because they will inherently know that you were never truly broken, only continually becoming more whole. And reflected in their eyes, you will finally begin to recognize your true self. Not the wounded version, not the fearful version, but the whole, called, and chosen version of you that God always intended. That is one of the deep gifts this union will bring. It will mirror the healed, authentic parts of you back to yourself, reinforcing your wholeness. And the abundance, the overflow that naturally follows this union, is not accidental either. It forms part of your divine reward, not just for enduring hardship, but more importantly, for obeying the quiet nudges of spirit, for staying faithful when doubt screamed loudly, for continuing to believe in goodness when you had every logical reason not to, for choosing forgiveness when bitterness would have been easier, for speaking life and encouragement over others even when your own well felt dry and you desperately needed someone to do the same for you. Matthew 6 verse 33 holds a foundational promise. But seek first the kingdom of God and God's righteousness, and all these things will be added to you. This means the blessing of this connection, including any material or resource aspects, is not a distraction from your spiritual path. It is a divine addition, a natural result of putting your relationship with the divine first. It represents the all these things that God promised would be added when you kept your heart focused on Source. You weren't chasing money, approval from others, or short-lived fame. You were seeking connection with the divine. And now, as a result, heaven itself is pursuing you with favor and blessing. However, you must use wisdom as this unfolds. Not everyone in your circle will necessarily be happy for you. Not everyone will understand the unique way this connection works. Some may give opinions based on surface judgments. They're too young. They're too successful. You're too different. But hold on to the wisdom echoing 1 Samuel 16 verse 7. The divine doesn't see things the way humans do. People judge by outward appearances, but the Lord looks directly at the heart. God arranges the matching of hearts, not headlines, souls, not social status. Therefore, do not let the opinions of others, no matter how well-meaning or critical, twist your own inner knowing. Refuse to let the noise of the outside world drown out the clear, quiet voice of truth inside you. Your spiritual guardians are standing watch carefully over this connection, and their message stays the same. Protect what is sacred. Keep this growing relationship covered in prayer and positive intention. Not every detail needs to be shared publicly or explained fully to others. Allow your inner peace to speak louder than any social media post. Let the real alignment and harmony within the connection speak more powerfully than any big announcements. Trust that the genuine results of the relationship will eventually show the health and divinity of its roots. And yes, be prepared. This union has the potential to break long-standing cycles of poverty thinking, destructive emotional patterns, even inherited family trauma. Because you and this person are not just coming together for romantic love alone. You are uniting for legacy. What you build together has the power to bless generations not yet born. What you create together can shift the entire path of your family line. You are essentially becoming the answered prayer of your ancestors. That is the deep potential held within this divine appointment. Isaiah 43 verse 19 confirms this once more with its powerful promise. See, I am doing a new thing. Now it springs up. Do you not perceive it? And so I ask you again right now, can you truly perceive it? Can you sense the subtle shifts, the underlying current of change? Can you feel heaven gently stretching you, preparing you for something undeniably bigger than your past? Because if you can sense it, even faintly, then you are indeed ready. If your spirit feels a leap of recognition or connection as you hear these words, then consider it confirmed. And if tears come, if your heart beats faster, understand that this is likely not just emotion. It is revelation flooding your being. It is your soul recognizing a truth it has always known on some level. It is your spirit rejoicing because it understands, deep down, that the period of waiting, of preparation, has not been for nothing. Now, your task moving forward is beautifully simple. Walk with confidence. Not with arrogance from ego, but with a quiet, divine certainty rooted in knowing who walks with you. The same God who has carefully guided every tiny detail of your life so far is certainly not going to leave you now, right at the edge of fulfillment. God has already gone ahead of you to prepare the way, and God has given spiritual guardians charge over you, as promised in Psalm 91 verse 11. For God will command the angels concerning you to guard you in all your ways. This divine protection covers every step, every move you make, even every necessary pause or moment of quiet. It's all covered. So, as you move forward into this new season, move with intention. Be mindful of what you bring with you. Take only what is truly needed for the next part of the journey. Consciously let go of leftover guilt, old grudges that don't help you anymore, and deep-seated scarcity thinking that limits how much you can receive. Release the subconscious belief that you need to make yourself smaller or play small to be loved or accepted. Let go of the wrong idea that your growing abundance, spiritual or material, is something to be sorry for or hide. Your abundance is not selfish. It is sacred, meant for good. And by living fully and authentically in your calling, you will naturally teach and inspire others how to rise too. Make it a practice to speak blessings over your journey daily. Speak blessings over your divinely appointed person, even if you haven't physically met them yet. Begin to speak their name or the qualities they represent into the air with faith. Declare that they are protected, guided, and highly favored. Declare that when your paths finally cross, the recognition will be clear as day. Affirm that divine peace will be the ultimate confirmation. Trust that the timing will line up perfectly. Believe and declare that absolutely nothing will be able to block or stop what God has sovereignly planned for you. And stay open to experiencing love in a new form, perhaps one that looks quite different from your past experiences or ideas. Maybe it challenges your fixed ideas about who you thought your soulmate would look like or be like. But remain open, soft, and willing to receive, because God's ways consistently go beyond our limited human understanding. God's thoughts are bigger, higher. God's plans are infinitely richer and more complex than we can imagine. Ephesians 3 verse 20 offers this powerful assurance. Now to God who is able to do immeasurably more than all we ask or imagine. Yes, beloved, embrace this truth. God is indeed doing immeasurably more in your life right now. More than all past relationships put together. More than brief, temporary highs. More than anything the limited view of the world told you was possible. And when you receive this huge blessing with deep gratitude and heartfelt grace, you will unlock even more blessings, perhaps ones you didn't even know to ask for. So I ask you now, one final time, will you choose to believe it? Will you step fully into this reality? If your answer resonates with a deep yes, then affirm this conviction within your spirit. Let it settle deeply inside you. Blessed and ready, let the heavens hear your declaration. Let your spiritual guides note your agreement. Let your whole being anchor firmly into this unfolding truth. And if this message has touched your spirit, if it has spoken directly to a place deep within you, consider sharing this encouragement with others. Pass along the essence of this hope to your loved ones, your friends, perhaps someone in your circle who desperately needs to hear that their miracle, their breakthrough, is still on the way. You never truly know whose faith you might spark again with a simple act of sharing hope. Continue to seek guidance and inspiration from sources that lift your spirit and remind you of the divine presence walking with you. Remember, you are never truly alone on this journey. Until we connect again, stay firmly anchored in faith, keep your heart wide open to receive, and remain always ready for the magnificent work heaven is about to do in your life. This isn't just a small shift or a simple move. It is a miracle actively happening. You are covered by divine protection. You are chosen for a unique purpose. And you are so deeply, unconditionally, and eternally loved. Be blessed always. If these words have touched your heart, we ask you to think about supporting this channel. Your contributions allow us to continue sharing divine messages and blessings with people all over the world. Whether it's a super thanks of $10, $20, or any amount you feel called to give, every contribution helps us spread love and light, reaching those who need it most. We thank you for being part of this sacred journey, for allowing us to be a part of your path, and for helping us spread peace and love throughout the world. May God bless you with an abundance of love, peace, strength, and joy. Amen.